So do you think those measures are what we'll remember from the president's 100 days?
I doubt it. There's a difference between quantity and quality. And if you look at those 28 bills, 13 of them do roll back Obama-era regulations that were passed late in his term. There were quite significant changes, but many of them are things like making appointments, naming post offices, pretty minor measures. So when we're talking about the major items on Trump's legislative agenda, health care, tax reform, there's been little progress made on those areas.
Yeah. He told Reuters in a recent interview that he thought being president would be easier. Are there any indications that he's actually getting more comfortable in the job?
It's a difficult question to answer. I think that there's some recognition from the president, at least of the chaos and infighting that marked his first 100 days in office, is not sustainable. And he directed many of his top aides to rein that in, to get on the same page, and to push forward together on his agenda. So partially yes, but there's many things that he says are tougher than he thought. Healthcare, you remarked, who would have thought that healthcare would have been so hard? Talking about the threat of North Korea with Chinese President Xi Jinping, said after speaking with him for 10 minutes, he realized it was a tougher problem than it looked. So it's a steep learning curve for President Trump in his first 100 days, for sure.
Most certainly. And I remember when he was on the trail, healthcare, he said he was going to accomplish on day 1. And here we are approaching day 100 soon. So let's get back to that. The House won't vote on a new healthcare bill this week. And also Congress passed a short-term spending bill on Friday, preventing that dreaded government shutdown for Saturday. Won't these issues just come back up again, though, next week?
Government funding, certainly. Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill have made progress toward passing a measure that's going to keep the government open until the end of September. But there's still some thorny issues like health care for minors, like debt relief for Puerto Rico. These are some sound like some minor things, but are in fact some things that have really sparked some partisan divisions on Capitol Hill. So they will still have to work through those. And then there's health care, which is still a really major point of contention between the moderates and conservatives within the Republican conference. There was a new agreement that was put forward this week, but as we know, with the first effort, conservatives were turned off by that. Now moderates are turned off. So they're going to have to come to some kind of compromise on some of those thorny policy disagreements if they want to move forward.
Yeah, they certainly do. Talk about tax reform now, if we can. They came out with a blueprint, very not a ton of details there, but somewhat, as they called it, a blueprint. What do we think about that as far as Democratic support?
Well, this White House is saying that they're not going to get it. I was speaking to a senior administration official yesterday who made a pretty surprising remark and said, we crafted this knowing that we're not going to get bipartisan support, and we're just going to write off Democrats entirely, is essentially what he said. And that's not something you usually hear from a White House looking to push such a complex issue like tax reform. But they've seen how the first 100 days have played out. They've seen how Democrats have opposed many of Trump's cabinet nominees, how they tried to filibuster Neil Gorsuch's nomination to the Supreme Court. So they're pushing forward on a policy that's heavy on tax cuts, many of which would benefit the wealthy, and contains many provisions that the Democrats don't like.
Sounds like they're betting a lot then on every single Republican to support this. Do you predict any issues there?
Well, tax reform has been one of the thorniest and most complicated issues in Washington for 25 years. So, yes, it's going to be a difficult lift. It will probably be easier for them to pass than health care. Tax cuts are something that Republicans have all agreed on for a long time. And again, this package is heavy on tax cuts. But there's a lot of issues they're going to have to work through, like eliminating tax deductions and things like that. The plan they put out on one page is not very specific. You're going to have to get into the nitty-gritty to resolve that and push forward.
Okay. Jordan Fabian with The Hill, coming from Washington to us today. Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.